3 and 4. Hey, Drew James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com. I hope you're having a great day. Now, what I have here for you is a guitar lesson on a song that was written by a student of mine and myself called Sentimiento, which in Spanish means feeling. Apologies if I've said that wrong, Spanish watchers. But it's a great classical song. I really like it, and I've just enjoyed playing that melody, that da-na-na-na-na-na. It just sounds so good, and doing it round and round in a circle when you get into it is so mesmerizing and just so much fun, and I really wanted to share it with you. So you can get the tab to this completely for free. I'll be using the tab and following along with that within the lesson. You can do that just by joining the student area of my site. It just takes a name and email address to join. It's completely free. You can click the link in the video or the link in the video description right now. So we're going to be delving into it. It's fingerstyle, sounds great on a classical guitar. It's also good for a duet scenario as well, which I'll be explaining in the lesson. Let's start learning it now. The start of Sentimiento has 4 common chords. It has an A minor, a G, an F, played as a full bar, or I will show you an easy, more beginner way, and an E. Okay, so this chord progression has a very sort of Spanish classical sound. So with those chords, for the A minor, we're index finger on fret 1 on the B, middle finger on fret 2 on the D, and ring finger on fret 2 on the G. And we're going to do a picking pattern with this, and this is what makes the song sound so lovely. Now, with fingerstyle guitar, our thumb plays the top 3 strings, the E, A, and D string, index plays G, middle plays B, and ring finger plays E. That's the fingerstyle rule I like to follow. So the picking pattern for this, to get you stuck in, is thumb on A string, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index. So take a while to familiarize yourself with that pattern. Thumb, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index. The reason why I said take a minute to familiarise yourself with that pattern is because that is a picking pattern that we're going to be using a lot throughout the song. Okay, so the first 2 bars of the song is the A minor picked in that way. Thumb, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index, repeats. We're then doing a G chord. Now you may have noticed that I'm using the ring and the pinky finger on fret 3 on the thickest and the thinnest. You can use middle and ring, or you can even use index and middle. I mean, I would definitely prefer middle or ring and pinky. The reason why I use ring and pinky for my G is because I've got these fingers spare, but either way that gets the job done. We actually don't need fret 2 on the A string like we normally do for a G chord. We just need the top and bottom strings for this particular G. Now the picking pattern is identical. The only thing is that the bass note is now on the thickest string, so thumb on thickest. Okay, good. So we do 2 bars of that. We're then into an F bar chord. Now, For this F bar chord, we're going to press down all 6 strings with our index finger, thumb right round the neck, pushing the wrist forwards, rotating on this part of your thumb to press, and then index finger on fret 2 on the G string, and ring and pinky on fret A and D on the A and D string, on fret 3, sorry. So Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie, if you don't know the names of the strings. The picking pattern for this is the same as the G. So thumb on bass, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index. Now if you are finding that F chord difficult, then you can do it with fret 1 on the B, fret 2 on the G, and fret 3 on the D. And the picking pattern is just the thumb on the D string. It won't quite sound the same, but it still sounds good for the song. Again, so that's the beginner's way of doing it. Or if you're looking for more of a challenge, the full bar chord. Moving into an E chord. Now the little cheat with this E chord is we actually don't need the middle and ring finger on fret 2 on the A and the D. We actually just need the index finger on fret 1. It could be good practice for you to actually make your full E chord, that's absolutely fine, but because we're not picking these notes on A and D, we can just leave our index finger on fret 1 on the G string. So I'm just going to do that for now because it's easier, right? And the picking pattern is thickest string, index, middle, index, ring, index, middle, index. And then bar 8 just does just over half the pattern. And then you sort of pluck that string quite loud and let it ring. So I'm going to do bars 1 to 8 from the tab. As I said, you can find the tab at the website. And I'm going to play that through. And this sets you up really nicely for the feel of the song. Here we go. A minor. A minor again. G. Bass notes change to the thickest string. F, I'll do the beginner's F, and then I'll do the full F. But you do F for 2 bars, whichever F you choose, then E. And then E, and hold. Okay? Now, when I talked about this song being a duet, if you were playing with somebody else and you had someone else there, one of you could be doing that chord progression round in a circle, those 8 bars, and that could be the rhythm. And then the other one of you could be doing the lead, which I'll teach you in just a moment. Okay, but I'll teach you that in just a moment. But one of you could be doing that while the other one is doing the picking. So it's a fun thing to do as a duet. So into bars 9 and 10. So we come back to our A minor like we did, and it's the same as bar 1. And then we've got a little bit of melody to start playing. So melody is just like a little tune that goes over the top. So we're going to peel all the fingers away from the A minor and just leave the ring finger there on fret 2. We're going to play that note. Then we're going to play open on the B string or 5th string down. Then 1st fret on the B with our index finger. Then ring finger on fret 3 of the B. So we've got... Then open on thinner string. Fret 1 on thinner string. And then open on thinner string. And that's on the picking hand, index, middle, 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 ring, ring, ring. Okay, so bars 9 and 10. And then into your G chord that you pick just like bar 3 as normal. And then the melody for bar 12, open on G, fret 2 on G, open on B, fret 1 on B, fret 3 on B. So we've got... Then open on thinner string, just a 0, and then playing that 3. You never lift it up really on the B string. Okay, so the G is. And then into the F, I'll do the full bar F this time, but you can do the beginner's one. And a little bit of melody here. If you are doing the full bar F, in fact, even if you're doing the beginner's F, keep this in mind. From the full bar F, leave the pinky finger there into the melody because you're going to play that 3, which is an F note itself, and then open on the G, 2nd fret on the G, then open on the B, so that's... Then fret 1 on the B, open on the B, and fret 1 on the B. And from the beginner's F, just the ring finger is the first note. Okay, then into your E chord, just like we picked it before. And then the little bit of melody here is that fret 1 that we had, that's our first note in the melody, so we're going to play that. Then with middle finger, play fret 2 on the same string. Then open on B, then first fret on B. Then fret 3 on B, then fret 1 on B, and then open on E. Okay, right, so I'm now going to summarise those bars, 9 to 16. I'll play them really slowly so you can hear I go chord, melody, chord, melody, chord, melody, chord, melody from the A minor. Sorry, little mistake there, little mistake. Okay, good so far. So that then takes us onto the second page, and basically we're going to do a very similar thing to what we've just done, but we're just going to be adding in another note to the melody. So just listen. So 17 is the same as the beginning of the song. Picked A minor, then this melody again. Then we do a G, but we're just putting in this fret 3 on the B string. Okay, so we've got and then make your G and then put fret 3 on the B string to get that note. So we get this melody going. Then the next melody, just so you know. Okay, so I hope that kind of helps so you can hear how I'm putting the melody in over the top of those chords. And you play that note louder, then into the next bar. We've done this before. So you'll see on the music I've just put a little sort of triangle above that notes there. So it basically means that that's called an accent, and then you're playing that louder. Then this is 22. You hear that? Okay, good. There's then a small piece of melody that closes the overall line, and it goes like this. And this is bar 24. Okay, so it comes out of the back of the E chord. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing there. You take your ring finger, place it on fret 3 on the B string. You're going to strike that note, and then you're going to slide it quickly up to 5. So you keep the pressure down on the string so you can feel the wood and the frets under your fingers. And you get this. You're then going to come back to 3. So you go and strike it. So strike to slide to get there, then play 3. Then go 1 on the index finger on the same string. So we go. Then you're going to play 1 again. And with the ring finger, you're going to slap it into fret 3. That's called a hammer on. So I'm not picking it twice. And then I'm pulling the finger away to do a flick off. So pick, hammer, flick. And then fret 2 on the G string. So it's. Okay, so what I'll do to summarise that is I'll take it from bar 21 when we do the F chord into that section. Okay, and And then what I didn't do in the run through at the beginning of the lesson is you can then repeat. That's why there's 2 black dots on the bar 24, and then you can then repeat back to your A minor where you're doing this with that melody. Da, 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 and this part again. Good. And finally into the outro. So 25 is the same as bars 1 and 2, so it's the A minor picked. 26. 27 is the same as bars 3 and 4, just a G chord picked, like we did in the intro. The F the same as 5 and 6. We then return to an A minor, but instead this time, the first time ever, we're going to have a bass note of the E on the thicker string. Really important to get that right. It sounds so lovely when it's there. And that's your picking pattern: thumb, index, middle, index, ring, index. Then an E chord, fret 1 on the B string. And then the ending, we're going to take the 4s on the G and the E string, so string 4 and 6, pinch the thickest string and those 2 notes, then those 2 notes by themselves without the thumb on the thickest. And to finish, we're going to do an A minor bar chord, but much higher up than normal. So fret 5 on the bottom G, B and E string with the index finger, ring finger on fret 7 on the A string. Press as hard as you can and do a slow, gentle, glided strum with the thumb on your fretting hand, on your strumming hand. So that ending is... Okay, so I'll take it from 31, where the A minor over E it's called, because we've got this E bass note. E. And there you go, that's the end of the song. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Enjoy playing it. It's a lovely, lovely song.